Welcome, nature detectives. I'm Conrad Baker. I'm an outdoor educator with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation at Letchworth State Park, and today I have a nature mystery for you. I'm joined today by a giant fallen plant, and it has some giant holes in it that a big powerful animal must have blasted into the side of it. And using our nature tools, we can figure out what kind of animal might have made those holes and how those holes might benefit us humans every single day, whether we know it or not. We'll need two nature tools today, our eyes and our fingers, to solve our nature mystery. Our first nature clue: what are the holes in? This giant fallen plant, as you can imagine, was at one time alive. It was a giant tree, was standing up tall here in the woods. So at one time, our mystery animal must have been able to get up high into the top part of this tree to make those holes. Second nature clue: what size are they? Next to my hand can almost fit inside one of these holes. They're pretty big. To me, I consider those to be pretty big holes. But they're not all that big. This one here is a little bit smaller, and this one here is even smaller yet. So they have different sizes, but generally the biggest ones are bigger than my hand here. Our third nature clue: what shape are they? Using just our fingers, we can feel that even though they are kind of old and are starting to lose their shape a little bit, they're still clearly boxy to me. I feel that they're kind of like a rectangle shape. Even the smallest one kind of has a boxy shape to it. They're not perfectly round like some other holes that we might find in nature. Let's put all our nature clues together. We have a big boxy rectangular hole that is the biggest ones are about as big as my hand, and they're in an old dead tree. These are pileated woodpecker holes. Pileated woodpecker holes. Now, a pileated woodpecker is not a very big, powerful animal compared to a human being. They're a type of a bird. They're big for a woodpecker, though. They're about the size of a crow, and they have this great big, long crest, big pointy hairdo on the tops of their heads that tend to be red. The males have more red on the top of their head than the females, but everybody has that red, long hairdo on the back of their head. Pileated woodpeckers are very important in the woods because these holes are openings in trees that allow other animals to live inside them. Normally, say a gray squirrel or maybe even a flying squirrel wouldn't really be able to dig a hole of this size as easily as a pileated woodpecker. These are excellent holes or cavities that lots of other animals can nest in. It's not just mammals that use pileated woodpecker holes, though. Many other birds will use pileated woodpecker holes, including some kinds of predators like barred owls and screech owls. Eastern screech owls are really, really good at using old pileated woodpecker holes for nest cavities. They'll raise their babies in there. And eastern screech owls, as you may know, are wonderful nighttime predators of rodents. And rodents, as you may know, sometimes get into trouble with humans by coming into our houses and getting into our food and leaving little unsanitary gifts for us in our houses. So, by long trickle-down effect, pileated woodpeckers, by opening up holes in trees like this and allowing predators like eastern screech owls and barred owls to move in and set up shop, are helping us by removing some of the rodents from their populations. The trickle-down effect of the pileated woodpecker benefiting us and benefiting their local ecosystem makes them a keystone species, a very important species that holds up and supports other organisms, other living things in their community. Thank you so much for joining me for today's nature mystery. If you have any questions about pileated woodpeckers or other woodpeckers native to New York State, don't hesitate to pop a comment in the comment section below the video. Share this video with your friends to put their nature detective skills to the test. And as always, like Letchworth State Park's Facebook page to stay tuned for more nature mysteries.